everybody, Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. Number 14 of my War Machine Horde saga. This is another 50-point battle, and this is the first ever video report. I made an attempt at this earlier, I think like battle report 11, but I never actually posted it because I did a terrible job. I've learned from those mistakes. I was irritated that I couldn't figure it out, and so I'm trying it again. So yeah, this is a double interesting one because it is my first ever video report, my first ever Trollbloods video report, and it's against Demonic Orchid, which makes it a triple threat. Yep, he came out from Dallas and decided to try to punch me in the mouth, and so I decided to video record it for courtroom legal evidence later on down the road when I decide to press charges. But this is a good game. This is a very monumental battle report. Could be the first of its kind and the last of its kind. So I am not sure yet. Yep, this is still a good game though. So sit back, relax, and get ready to see how this one goes. Real quick though, before we get started, this is my first ever video report, and I know it's a little rough. I never done one before. Well, never one that I was proud enough to actually put up before. So hey, you know what? It's my first time, and so it might not be the most polished thing ever. I do plan to add army lists in the future reports if I continue to do video ones. I didn't even think of it this game. I was just trying to get the angles and everything down with the camera. Let me know, though, if you prefer the video reports or if you want me to go back to slideshows. To be honest with you, slideshows are a hell of a lot easier, but video shows a lot more of the detail. What I'm finding out with these is that the detail of the movement phase and how everything goes and everything like that is, well, kind of important, and that's why I want to try to go over to videos. But yeah, like I said, in the comment section, if you don't mind, just let me know if you think I should keep going with videos or if you prefer slideshows. And to be honest with you, it may persuade me one way or the other. I haven't decided yet, to be honest, but we'll see. We'll see. Throw it in there, and I will definitely take your opinion into consideration. Real quick, I am doing a little something different. During my video, every once in a while, you will see fades from one moment to the next. That's intentional. You're not missing anything, but rule clarifications, dead time, the camera stops every 28 minutes, and I didn't realize that right away. And so, yes, there are some times where you'll just be like, you'll be looking at something and it looks like it's all fading. No, you're not having a bad trip or anything like that. It's just I decided to cut out a lot of the dead time. I'm just experimenting, trying to edit it so that they're clear, concise, and yet you're not watching me and my buddy, joke around or laugh, or somebody comes up to the table and we start talking things, or since we don't know the game that well, any rule clarifications that we might have. I didn't want to deal with any of that, so I just decided to cut it all out. And that's what takes these videos longer for me to get out than a regular slideshow. But I fill in all the blanks, or I plan to fill in all the blanks as we go through and I narrate this video. Also, excuse me, since I don't have my opponent here to explain his turn, I mean, this isn't advanced maneuvers. They're much better at this than I am. I may not narrate my opponent's turn, just play music while he does his thing with, there are captions and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's just, you can watch and see what he does. I do try to speed it up a couple of times, and then towards the end, I just kind of let it go normal speed and just see what you guys think. I will try to narrate his side, but at the same time, and then I'm not, and I'm just trying to see how I like it better. These are my battle reports. It's hard for me to tell you what my opponent's thinking because they don't typically tell me what their tactics and strategies are during the game, and I'm doing this all from memory, so forgive me if mind reading isn't one of my fortes. But again, any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints that you would have, constructive or critical or just rude is perfectly fine. I need all the feedback I can get so I can either fine tune this craziness or actually just give up on it altogether and go back to slideshows. So that's enough of me rambling about what is going to be. Let's get to the meat of it so you guys can start judging me. And thanks! So as you can see, I'm on the right with my Trollbloods. He's on the left with his Protectorate. There's an objective in the middle. Bunker is his, stockpile is mine, and all the little captions tell you what the stuff is. And we start off with my opponent's turn 1, because he won the roll. and here's my turn 1, which is yay. So those right there are proxied sluggers. I've got 5 of them, and they're just moving through some shallow water trying to get a better shot at them, and that's really it. Then I activate my Impaler and move him up a little bit, and I throw Snipe, I believe, on Gunborn. And that was it. That was all I did with him. And I believe I activate Gunborn, and he comes up just behind the Impaler. And I think I cast Snipe on Dozer and Smig. That is the Blitzer on the table. I have a lot of proxies because I don't own a whole lot of Trollbloods yet, but I'm working on that. I also, little mistake there. Forgot to put out some Fury, which is kind of bad. So yeah, my fault there. Then I take a pot shot with Gunborn at those, I don't know what they are, Protectorate guys, but as you can see, it goes way wide, which is unfortunate. It would have been nice to kill some of them. And then I activate Dozer and Smig, and since they have Snipe on them from Gunborn, I'm going to take another pot shot. This time I think I go for a Paladin. Yeah, I go after one of his Paladins because he was bragging. Demonic and me like to talk a lot of trash. We're pretty good friends, or I think we're friends. He might hate me. And we were talking a bunch of trash, and he was talking about how the Paladins are going to kick my butt. But I go ahead and I shoot at him with some boosted damage, and I hit him. Or boosted to hit anyway, and I hit him. Dice -2. And got him. So the Paladin gets picked up, which is nice. I was also lucky enough to catch a guy in a blast, and he dies as well, which is always a positive. He was tough, and he made it. So he didn't die, and he didn't get knocked down because the book was over there, and he was able to cast that spell that gives him I don't get knocked down. So I activate the Pyre Troll and the Slag Troll. They come up. Horgle Iron Strike, which the Pyre and Slag Troll are attached to, moves up as well. And I guess cast Hot Shot on the Pyre Troll. No big deal. The Creelstone guys activate Burn of Fury and do the whole Protective Aura thing, which is kind of nice, just in case he's got some counter shots. Those are Rune Shapers in the back there. And I just run them around the hill, and the reason I did that, or not the hill, but the impassable there, and the reason I did that was to try to draw his stuff over to my right flank, just to try to clear out, just to basically get him out of range. I had no intention of keeping the Rune Shapers over there. Then those guys are exactly what they look like. They're unit champions with Scaldy attached, and they just move up a little bit, and then that was it for my turn. So that was it for my opponent's turn, and so we come over here to my turn 2, and as you can see, I don't upkeep Hot Shot. I don't think I upkeep Snipe, and yeah, we do a little Fury Goblin up here because Gunborn and Horgle be hungry. I go ahead and activate my Pyre Troll and move them up a little bit, not for any intention of doing anything to the Zealots that are now in the zone. I want to put the Pyre Troll's Animus on the Slag Troll, and that intent there is to make it so that he's immune to these little fiery shots that these guys are going to have. My Impaler throws a spear at his avatar, and I boost. Takes a little time to figure all this out. And I do end up hitting him. and he gets knocked backwards into his vassal, and the vassal ends up just taking a couple of damage. I don't think I do anything to the avatar, but it was a crit, so it bounced in, or so it slammed him back into the vassal, and they would be knocked down if it wasn't for the book. So that's something. And yeah, I forgot about the book. What can I tell you? I moved Gunborn up, and then he's cast Snipe on the Sluggers so that they can start taking some pot shots. I thought that would be a good idea. And then I pop my feet so that I don't take any blast damage, I don't get knocked down, and that I get cover because I know a bunch of shots are coming next turn. I take a pot shot at them, and I miss, which is unfortunate. It deviates to the 4, I believe, which is back at me, and it doesn't hit nothing, which, again, is kind of sad. Go ahead and activate Dozer. He moves up, takes a shot at that Paladin because he needs to die. Boost it to hit because I'd like to actually hit. I need an 11, and I miss. What can you do? It ends up deviating pretty good and ends up in the middle of, yeah, there. It clips a few things, but nothing important. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it like that. It does hit a few things, which is kind of nice. But I roll for some damage, and the Paladin is at negative 14. And I think he doesn't take any damage. I think I rolled a 13, which is really close, actually. And then I do clip the Avatar, negative 16, and don't do anything to him either. But not a surprise. Then I activate my Sluggers, and they try to take out some of those crazy-looking girls with the grievous wounds on them. And they're in range thanks to Snipe, and they can stand and aim. The problem is I forget that aim gives me +2, so I'm still acting on my first couple of shots as... what's it called, as a Rat 5, which means I think I need 9s. I believe I need 9s to hit him or something like that. And the first guy only gets 1 shot. Need a 10, and I almost get it. I rolled like a 7, but I missed that first shot. Second guy does the same thing. He takes aim at those little skirmish and craziness, and try to hit them. I get 1 shot from the next guy. Dice are rolling high, as you can see. And at this point, I do remember aim. I need an 8 now. Still miss, which is a shame. Third guy fires away at a guy a little bit closer because I wasn't 100% on that 14 inches. He gets 3 shots, which is kind of exciting. And the first shot needing an 8 hits, finally. And that guy, he's got a tough check because I think at POW 13, they're just going to, yeah, it's just a straight tough check, and he is not tough. So he picks up that one. Firing at the second guy, I miss. Firing for my third shot, I actually hit, which is awesome. And he is not tough, so he picks that guy up as well. The fourth guy gets ready to shoot at some of the skirmishers, take a pot shot at the long guy, and I miss. Or he's out of range, which is, well, I don't know. I don't. These might not be out of range. So I take a shot at him, and I hit, which is outstanding. And he was almost tough, and he died. We find out a little bit after this that guy actually, he required a command check because that was half the unit. There was a unit of 6, and he failed it. Just the camera stopped, and so I missed all that. That's what that little fadeaway was. So here we go. As you can also see, my unit my champion Trollkin are on top of the hill now, and they're getting ready to countercharge anything over here on my left flank. I haven't decided what yet. Krillstone guys move up and give me +2 armor, and then the little Stone Elder gives me +1 strength. The Rune Shapers move back over, or run back over. That's why they don't really do anything this game. And that's it for my turn. and here's the beginning of my turn 3, which is exciting. Just right now, I just eat all the fury off the trolls so that nobody goes crazy and needs threshold checks yet. And then I will go into my burning checks, because as you saw, a ton of my guys got set on fire thanks to the zealots. They didn't do a whole lot of damage because they couldn't, but they could still set me on fire, which sucks. So the first guy is the Impaler is still burning, which isn't great. It's at dice -6. And I end up taking 3 to the 3, which is not terrible, not terrible, but you know, any free damage he gets kind of sucks. So then we go after a Creel Grunt next, and he goes out, which is nice. Next guy up is the Stone Bear, I believe, and he goes out, which is also nice. And then the next guy, I believe, is a Rune Shaper. He takes a little bit of damage. Can't remember, dice -5. And he ends up taking 2 damage. Not enough to kill him, but he's crispy, and I don't like my Rune Shapers crispy. The Stone Bear's fire goes out. One of the Creel Grunts, they really got a lot of attention last turn, which was smart on my opponent's turn. And so, yeah, just 2 of my guys are still on fire after all that. Thank goodness the rolls start, the low rolls finally happen. I didn't do great with my Fury management last turn. The Pyro Troll actually needs a threshold check on a 7 or less, and he passes, thank goodness. And then I believe my Impaler also needs a threshold check. I think I need like an 8 or less. Yes, I need an 8 or less. And I make it. Just barely, though. I think I rolled an 8 exactly, which is bad. They each had 1 extra. So the first thing that I do is I activate my unit champions now that it's actually my turn, and they are going to charge. There's a character over there near my bunker that he's got that I need to kill, and I charge my unit champions in there. The other 2 go after, I think that's Rupert over there, right there. They're only 8. It was a long charge. They do not have reach, and I'm short. So I move 2 guys over there just so they have that whole base-to-base armor 18 thing, just in case anything comes over there to beat them up. And the rest of the guys just run to get, you know, try to get into people as best they can. But to be perfectly honest with you, I completely forget to attack with these guys. The one that made it, yeah, I did not make it. I forgot to roll my attacks on him, and that was stupid on my part. So the Impaler activates, and I force him to regen just because he's taken a little bit of damage, not a ton, but he heals for the 3 that he took, and that was really all I was going to do with him. Well, that's not true, because now he's going to attack that Paladin and got into him. I boosted to hit because he only had 1 Fury on him, which caused a threshold check. I hit. Dice -3. I roll. It's not a ton, but I think it's just enough to kill the guy. Yeah, and he picks him up right there. Just enough to finish him off, which is good. Clears out that pain in the butt. And now Dozer, with the lane cleared, charges the Avatar and makes it plink. And yes, I know what you're asking. No, the Crossbear was not within half an inch, so we're all good there. So Dozer starts his attacks, needs a 5 to hit. And I hit exactly 5. No wasted effort on my part. Gosh, with everything, Dozer's not a huge threat in melee, but he's not terrible. At dice -6, he should be able to do something with his charge attack. And in a moment, I'll show you what he does. Ends up doing 9 damage to column 1, which I think is enough to shatter one of his arms, which is excellent considering it's the first shot. Now he gets his attack, his initial attack with his other arm. This is not a charge. It's a hit. Again, just a 5. Still dice -6. I boost the damage because why not? And 6 damage to column 4, which is enough to take out that column. Nothing important, but hey, he's that much closer to being dead. And then with my last possible, well, no, let's see, charge, boosted, yeah. So I do a double-handed throw, I buy one of those, and I boost a hit, and I do. Thank God I threw 3 dice at it. And now we do our strength off, I believe, so that I can try to throw that Avatar the heck out of my way. I end up rolling like a 19, which for 2d6, since it's a double hand throw, I don't believe my opponent is able to match that even if he rolls a 6. So I win the strength roll. And then I target the little zealot that's behind him right there. As you can see, I have marked him clearly. And the avatar gets thrown. I miss. He deviates just a little bit to the 5. It's not a whole heck of a lot. We do the measurements real fast. And in the end, I ended up hitting 3 zealots, which is, well, I was just going for 1, and I got 3, so you can't really be upset about that. So the avatar hits all 3 zealots, and here's where we're trying to figure out they just need tough checks. They have a spell on them. The first one fails. He dies a horrible death. The second one eventually will. Here, I think I'm just trying to convince my opponent to do a tough check, which he passes. And the third guy, he gets crushed by the bulk. Honestly, though, it doesn't really matter because at this point, my opponent, the camera shuts off is what ends up happening, and we did notice it because it was kind of an intense part of the game. And so my opponent, shortly after this, he concedes the game, which is fine. What ended up happening is I was able to bring my slag troll over to the knockdown avatar because the book didn't do the no knockdown thing, spit on it twice and destroy it. And at that point, my opponent was just done, and he said, "You know what? You win this game. Well done." And so he conceded. So that was what you missed, and that's when I realized that the damn camera had turned off. But all in all, it was a pretty good victory. I felt pretty strongly about it, and I was quite pleased with the result. Definitely a fun game, and I'm really loving the Trollbloods. This is not the first game I played with the Trollbloods, but it's just I really am enjoying them a lot more than I ever enjoyed Signar. They just click in my head better than they do. I like managing Fury better than managing Focus. I'm better at doing that. And to be perfectly honest with you, the Trollbloods are very forgiving for a noob like me. Tough is a huge boon. I don't even know how else to explain it. But you know what? Let me know what you guys think of the videos over the slideshows. I know this one is rough. I'm very aware. I've got a lot of learning to do, but it's my first one, and so I guess it should be rough. Any comments, encouragements, condescending, hate-filled insults will be appreciated and listened to and incorporated. But yes, this was still a great game. I still had a great opponent. I really enjoyed playing against Demonic Orchid, and I'm looking forward to our future rematch. But please, guys, help me out with this. I know it's rough. Please point out all the rough edges. Be brutally honest, and I will try to make better videos in the future. Thanks!